All right, happy Friday night, everybody. Let's spend some quality time together here in the Raiderland World Headquarters. We have a lot of stuff going on. Every Friday, you tell us the most Texan thing you have done. We don't even have to mention that anymore. That's just what you do. Texas Tech, open for business. When it comes to NIL and men's basketball, JT Toppin reportedly getting $4 million next year. Is he worth the money? Is any player worth $4 million? And it's over underrated right Thursday. Well, I said Friday. We're getting ahead of ourselves on the most Texas thing. I'm trying to billboard. I've got billboard ahead of me, so I said mention that. But over under rated right Thursday. MTV bands early mid '80s. The bands that were so good and so popular mainly because of videos, mainly not because of maybe the song. I don't know. You tell me. The over, the under, the peak era of MTV. We don't stop there. The Masters, obviously, day one, round one is basically in the books. How did Ludwig Aubert do? Well, he did pretty good, particularly on the back nine with 4 birdies. Where is he sitting right now? So today, in honor of the Masters, we want you to give us your 3 favorite golfers all time. Pardon me, but if we kill all the gophers, won't the members get mad? That, and we have 6 new kittens at Raiderland World Headquarters. We need names for cats. Goodness gracious. And 3 and 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. Glad to have you with us on a Thursday night here. Texas Tech basketball open for business. $4 million for a single player. Do you think it's worth it? Yes or no? You tell me. And what do you think is going to happen with Tech basketball here in the portal era? That's all out there. Over underrated right on a Thursday. Early mid 80s MTV bands. The ones you loved, the ones you hated, the ones that were overrated, anything in between. What do you got for me on that? 3 favorite golfers. Masters is underway. And like we said, the CAT distribution system has chosen Raiderland World Headquarters, and we have 6 new kittens today. Yeah, good job, Addie. Good job. When I left the house, we had 3. When I got back, we had 6. I was even trying to count them. I'm like going, how many we got in here? I thought we had 7, but apparently we got 6 new ones. Got some names. Throw it out there. All right, let's get it going. Tonight, your comments, your thoughts here on a Thursday. Really want to hear from you. A lot of different things to get into. And the discussion on the NIL and on the money. Can one player be worth it? You tell me. I'll tell you my thoughts. You tell me your thoughts. Dan gets in on Twitter X. By the way, all communications brought to you by United Supermarkets and Market Street, the one supermarket that supports Texas Tech. There's probably one near you. They put their names on things in Lubbock. There's another supermarket in Lubbock that puts their name on things in Austin. Do the math. Also brought to you by South Plains College. The road to Raiderland runs through level land. A lot of great Red Raiders started off as great Texans. Summer enrollment starting now. Find out for you, continuing education. Maybe you've got a college-age student in your house or otherwise. See what they can do for you. And Golf USA, of course. Our friends at Golf USA, Stacy Nix, ready to go. 67th in Indiana. Great partners of us for really decades now. Here's what I would say right now. Go over there because they got a lot of cool golf bags. And if you can't play good golf, and they can help you play better golf, but if that doesn't work out, and you can't look cool, but they can help you look cool with shirts and hats and breeches and everything else, at least have a cool stand bag. All right? Golf USA. All right. So Dan jumping in on Twitter, X at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter. If you don't follow us there, and you should, you can follow us on our YouTube channel. And everybody on YouTube, hope we hear from you tonight. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Subscribe, share, invite people in. We're trying to get over 500 there, and a lot of people on our Facebook page. Named them all after former. Named them all. Saying name the cats after former Texas Tech offensive coordinators. We didn't have to go that far back, really, to do that. Craig, the talking box indeed is on. Robert, 85, money for nothing and chicks for free. Dire Straits. But are they overrated? Are they underrated or rated right? I would say Dire Straits early early MTV, and we're going to go 81, 82 to 85. All right, the peak era of MTV. After 85, MTV, boom, begins the downward slant. So what I'm looking for are bands that are overrated, underrated, or rated just right. Like I said earlier today on the website, theraiderland.com, the band Madness, which was a ska punk band, a little known ska punk band bumping around England in the late 70s. They had a great song called One Step Beyond. And then they did the video for Our House. And it turned people on to the rest of their music. If you've never listened to the rest of their music, you're missing out. Madness, great band. Underrated early MTV bands. Overrated, and it's not a band, but I put Michael Jackson in there. 100% overrated. The video for Thriller, after we saw it for 400 times, 400 freaking times, we didn't need it anymore. Completely overrated. And then he's got monkeys and amusement parks and weird stuff going on. Weird Al Yankovic videos, better than Michael Jackson. Completely overrated. King of Pop My Ass. So that's the overrated, underrated, rated right today. For all of you that go back to the real days of MTV, give us the overrated, underrated, rated right bands. Thanks to United Supermarkets. Get it on the chat line no matter where you are. All right, let's go. JT Toppin. On 3 Sports, Matt Norlander reporting yesterday. The deal is, somewhere around $4 million. Let's take it for what it's worth, and let's say that's the deal. Then we ask the question, is a single player worth that NIL money at Texas Tech next year? Now, we have a couple of dual track things going on. We have the House settlement that's not been approved, but that only deals with what Texas Tech will pay from the athletic department, has nothing to do with NIL money at this time. Now, they are looking at trying to put in to the language in the legally binding aspect of it, some sort of clearinghouse, which is insane because you don't have a collectively bargain agreement with any of the athletes. It'll never hold up. But that they're trying to say, well, we'll look at NIL agreements, and if they don't meet a fair market value, well, we might not approve it. You have no standing, said the people that are going to pay NIL and anything else. So bottom line, is he worth $4 million? The going rate right now for a basketball payroll, NIL and college basketball, where Texas Tech is playing in the Big 12 in the upper echelon of NCAA basketball, this coming season, that payroll is going to be about 10 to 12 million, give or take. I think Tech's going to be in the take portion. And by that, I mean higher to 12 than 10. Last year, Arkansas spent 10 on the portal alone. So do you think he's worth it? Why or why not? Gary jumps in on the United Supermarkets chat line, where you don't have to spend $4 million to get great stuff for Easter. Toppin's worth it. So would have D5 been. Glad they got Anderson back. I disagree on D5. D5 is a marginal NBA prospect. Toppin is, if not a surefire NBA prospect, he's a surefire NBA prospect. Anderson will be an NBA player. Both of those are NBA players that you have on your roster coming back next year. Williams is marginal. Now, Williams, by saying I'm going to go into the portal and make myself available for the NBA draft, is a very smart businessman. And we get the feeling that the very smart businessman that he is also doesn't really feel like maybe I'm going to come back to Texas Tech. That the best route for him from a business standpoint, maybe to try to get to the NBA, is to go to another school without 2 NBA players on it, go average higher than what he would next year's points scored and other analytical charts, and roll the dice. While at the same time, he'll probably make about $1 million, 1.25, 1.5. He ain't going to get 4. He wasn't going to get that kind of money. Not even close to it. But maybe he goes somewhere he gets the most money of anybody on the roster and scores more points. I don't begrudge him that. You know? I have no idea who this person is. Something about babies. I ain't got no babies. I have a son in college. He's doing quite well. I don't know nothing about any babies. Don't know nothing about birthing no babies. Chris, so hearing slim chances of Williams coming back, I don't know. Who do you want to listen to? Who do you want to believe? Until he's back, he's not back. Until he's, you know, not back, he's back. Maybe he comes back. Maybe he comes. I mean, I'm sure they have a fair offer out there for him. Again, it comes down to what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. And maybe he wants to do something different next year at another place. That's fine. Robert Bonita Javi rated right. I have no idea what the hell that is. Early MTV bands. Over underrated right. I mean, is that Bon Jovi in Spanish? Is there a Spanish Bon Jovi? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy living on a prayer? Ah, see, yeah, don't know. Jason gets in our YouTube channel. Love our YouTube people. Robert, Jason, hit like, share it, invite people in. Please do. We're trying to get over 500. When we do, that thing blows up. I think the chances of D5 coming back are slim and none, and Slim just walked out the door. I mean, I hope not. I would love for him to be back at Texas Tech. He's a very good college basketball player. However, of the three, if you had three that you got to invest your money in, I think you already saw who Texas Tech invested their money in. I think rightfully so that the money went right there. Not saying anything negative about a gamer, a guy, a clutch dude, and everything else. And a very good college basketball player. But if you want to win a national championship next year, and that's what Texas Tech wants to do, you know, the three, and those are the three off the roster that you would say we got to get those guys back. They went and got the first two that I would rank 1, 2. Ain't personal. This is a business now. This is totally a business. And, you know, Williams understands that. His people understand that. Tech understands that. Fans are slowly coming around to understand it. It's just a business. It's no different from the Rangers or the Mavericks or anything in between. That's all it is. It's an allocation of money. You've got so much money. You don't have a cap, but you got so much money, and it's business decisions being made. And they come to Texas Tech on a business decision. There's not a single player on that Texas Tech roster talking about basketball and maybe even football. Yeah, I'll take that back. I'll take that back in football. You got a QB1 who loves Texas Tech. There's probably not a basketball player on that team that woke up when they were 12 years old and said, I want to be a Red Raider. I can't wait. And that's okay. Chris on Facebook, Y&T overrated with only one hit. Y&T. I hadn't thought about that. I couldn't give you a single song from Y&T. And that seems like later. That seems like an 80s MTV band. That seemed like prime MTV. Meanwhile, back at the golf course, Ludwig Ober goes off 4 birdies on the back nine, including birdieing 18. He gets to 4 under for the day. He is in second place at the Masters. Where did he finish last year? In his Masters debut, he finished second. But he does it today going out with the winds whipping around a little bit more than the early flight. So you got to feel like his group is going to go out early tomorrow, and he's got a chance maybe to get down real low. I think if he can get down like he did today, 4 under, he could do another 4 under tomorrow. We get to look at an 8 or 9 when it's all said and done. So we ask you guys your 3 favorite golfers all time with the Masters going on. If you want to talk some golf, we can. We're talking a lot about NIL and Texas Tech basketball. And are you guys good with paying $4 million for JT Toppin? And probably another $2 million for Anderson. I would guess Anderson's probably getting the $2 million range. So 6 out of your $12 million, you got about half of your payroll, give or take, Two guys. You guys good with that? Yeah, Summertime Girls, but wasn't that like 87, 86, somewhere through there? You know? Gary, I think playing with Rory is helping Ludwig. Comfortable pairing. Maybe so, but Rory had the meltdown on, what was it, 13 or 15? Which one did Rory pitch back into the drink? You know? And sometimes when a guy you're playing with is having a day, you're like, ooh, man, don't touch me. What was that? Don't touch the cheese. Yeah, don't touch the cheese. Robert Christopher, ditto Weird Al, very underrated. Also underrated, Susanna Hoffs, not underrated. Can't be underrated. Best ever. Hi there, Bengals. And possibly Duran Duran over Duran Duran, not underrated. Duran Duran would be rated right, in my opinion. That they had great videos, they had great music, it stands the test of time. That to me, Duran Duran is the ultimate MTV standard. Man, we figured it out in 81, 82. They were making videos in 1980 before MTV. They were putting them out in England. By the way, check out the video for The Chauffeur. That's right, The Chauffeur. But only watch it after you go to bed and your wife's not paying attention. Overrated, Kiss Unmasked. Rated ZZ Top. MTV killed ZZ Top for a while. That in the soundtrack for Back to the Future, where we're spinning guitars, we're doing all this stuff. Now, the whole keychain thing, that was cool. Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too. Legs, great video, but they kind of for a while became a caricature of themselves. It was only later in the 90s when they went back and said, oh yeah, we're a little rocking 3-man trio from Texas who are making great stuff. I thought MTV helped and hurt ZZ Top. Now I go back to ZZ Top, 77 Fandango, things like that. Heard it on the X. Meanwhile, back on our YouTube channel, and everybody should subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You really should. Ryan Knights Raiderland on YouTube. No matter where you watch, go there. Favorite golfers. Chai Chai Rodriguez, the Golden Bear, and Tiger. So you've got my favorite Chi Chi Rodriguez story. A WKRP in Cincinnati episode. And Les Nessman is doing the news report / whatever. And Chai Chai Rodriguez finishes 4 under par. Hopefully next week he can play up to par. Thank you. Thanks, Les. I had some Chi Chi Rodriguez children's clubs that my grandfather bought me about 1974. Still have a few of them left over. We turned it into a planter for flowers. Joseph is he's on Facebook. That's legal. That's not a drug. It's a actual platform. I believe the SEC and the Big Ten are paying attention to tech for expansion or Super League, and I bet the 40 acres is their biggest booster. I have no idea what that means other than you think that the Big Ten and the SEC aren't going to expand. The Super League will be put together by ESPN. And the 40 acres thing, their biggest booster. And Texas ain't the biggest booster at tech, I'll tell you that right now. No. No, not at all. 100%. Where are we? All right. So is Toppin worth the money at $4 million? Absolutely 100%. Yes, he is. That's market value, but it really only matters if it's market value for Texas Tech. And here's why. There is no salary cap. You can pay whatever you want to pay. That it's worth $4 million to get Toppin back in a Tech uniform. It's worth whatever you had to pay to get Anderson back. If Williams wants to come back, that's fine. We'll find somebody that looks, quite frankly, just like you. they can fill those numbers. Sorry, it's a business. It's just like Major League Baseball, free agency, NFL, you name it. I'll go out and I'll pay somebody $1.5 million who can come in and probably duplicate the numbers and be healthy. So why is it worth that to Texas Tech? Well, that's what it's going to take. You're going to have to overpay the market perhaps a little bit to maintain NBA quality products, quality players, like what you're doing, and have a chance to elevate beyond what you're doing right now. So yeah, it's worth the money. Will there be a salary cap in the near future? Only on the school side, never on the NIL side. They'll never get a salary cap on the NIL side. You'll always be able to pay whatever you want to pay in college until one thing happens, and that is a collectively bargain agreement. The only way that happens is you get about 60 or 70 schools together, and they operate like the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, and you get the idea. But until they do that, you cannot restrict the earnings by fiat through the courts. You can only operate through the school that way. That's the only standing they have. You can't create some sort of mythical board that's going to be a clearinghouse for NIL. It won't work. I'll sue you into oblivion. So if you're Texas Tech, absolutely spend the $4 million right now. Do what you got to do. Michael, salary caps for everybody. I put a celery on my head. It didn't work. I didn't understand the whole celery cap thing. JC talking about golfers. Trevino. Lee Trevino. Freddie. Are you talking about Freddie Couples? Jack. Dire Straits and Talking Heads rated right. Talking Heads, at one point overrated, now rated right. At one point early on, a little bit, pedantic, a little bit too much, a little bit whatever. I feel like the Talking Heads are probably rated right in that era. Sort of like the B-52s. A lot of people like the Talking Heads, even though they didn't like the music, they didn't understand it, and didn't get it. And, where is my beautiful automobile? Gary, the Raiderland welcoming gifts for subscribing to YouTube channel are impressive. Oh, you have no idea. Yeah. We're not even allowed to mention it. It's so impressive. It's kind of scary. I think JT's worth the $4 million, I believe, says Jason on our YouTube channel. I think the worth the $4 million. I believe Tech will be on ESPN main channels more often than last year, and that's free exposure. Yeah, I agree. Susanna Hoffs is underrated because she cannot be rated high enough. That confuses me. And now all of a sudden I've got a pretzel inside my brain. I don't know what's going on there. That scares me. Got 6 new cats here at Raiderland World headquarters. We're counting on about 3. We got 6. We need names. 5 o'clock or so. Well, it started yesterday on the whole cat delivery system. Then we knew she was going to go into labor and do her stuff. She'd been looking around for different places, and we, got her into the spot that we wanted her. But yeah, when I left the house today, we had 3 on the ground. I'm thinking, all right, this is manageable. Now we got 6. Are you kidding me? We got 6. I get home this afternoon. The cat, she's looking at me. Her name's Addie, Attie, short for Atticus, as in Atticus Finch. Don't ask. All revolves around the book. All of our cats' names basically come from one book. We're running out of characters, so we may need some name suggestions at this point. So I get back and I walk in there, and I look in there, and I'm like, you got more than a while left. And the poor thing, she's like, I don't know what's going on. They keep coming out. Be cool. It's going to be all right. We got tacos coming. So we got her a taco, beef taco. You want her to be healthy. And everything's good now. Oh yeah, we've already had cats named Boo and Radley going back decades. I mean, we're way years into this thing, Chris, on the names from To Kill a Mockingbird. So yeah, we're getting into like secondary and tertiary characters that nobody even knows about. At this point, we're almost into pronouns, let alone actual names. That's the way it goes, though. Yeah, 6 on the ground. I assume we're done. That's what you get, though. My wife, she's a caring, loving soul, and when that cat showed up back in February before the hideous cold snap down to like 5 degrees and everything, and that cat, sidled up and said, "Hey, I don't want to be outside. What are you gonna do?" And I'm a sucker for it too. I'm like, can't let that thing out there. It's gonna die. Bring it in. Wants to come in, bring it in. So we bring it in, and not 2 or 3 weeks after that, and the cat's been great. She's like, "Hey, I like people. This is good. For a feral cat." She's like, "Oh, by the way, I may be pregnant." Shows up knocked up, totally knocked up. JC, Thursday night, Mow Club engaged. Great show, adios. That's right. Thursday night, mowing league there with our good friends at Outkick.com, Screen Caps Nation, Joe Kinsey, JC, a part of that. Thursday night, we mow on Thursdays. Never on the weekends. You mow on Thursdays. David Carr, meanwhile, who has no cats, as far as I know. All right. Explain how paying someone $4 million equals free exposure for games being on ESPN. I'll hang up and listen. Well, it's not necessarily free exposure, but if you ain't good, you don't have players, you don't get on ESPN. If you don't get on ESPN, ain't nobody paying attention, then you don't sell tickets. It's a circular little deal you got going on right there. If you're good, you got to be good. Toppin is worth all he can get, but that's what all of us non-ticket buying armchair Red Raider fans think. What do you mean non-ticket buying armchair? He's worth all he can get because he's a human being. Everybody should get all they could get. Salary cap sock. I don't even want to know any more about that, Robert. David Carr, Chemic 28 Sports Radio. The texture, that's how you say that in Oklahoma. The boys in Oklahoma rolled their syntax all wrong. The texture said it was free exposure. That's why I was clarifying. And I do have 2 cats along with the dog. When the hell did you get cats? I didn't know you had cats. I never noticed the cats back in the day when you were playing Stratomatic baseball and everything. I didn't notice there were cats. How are the hounds handling the new arrivals? They have been sequestered. For those of you from Muleshoe, you can look up sequestered. They've been outside most of the day. We will introduce slowly in the coming days the dogs. And right now, there's a couple inside the house. So we have ways of, blocking them off. So it sounds like Indy, the world's fattest farm dog, because she supplements her food by hunting, is upset. Our first 2 cats were Crash and Nuke. Nice. And I'm sorry. Rest in peace. Good names. Really? I'm getting too old for this. Hey. David Letterman style. I'm just hoping that when I walk out of the offices here at Raiderland World HQ, that we still only have 6 kittens, that we haven't added anything to it. I think she was pretty much done, though. But then again, I thought that at 11 o'clock this morning. So what do I know? All right, Texas Tech open for business. Money worth it, yes or no? You can comment tonight on social media. They're on Facebook, on our YouTube channel. You can hit us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, or you can post on our Facebook, or not our Facebook page, but our regular website, theraiderland.com, and the comments right there. I want you to share it, invite your friends out there. Anytime you want to hit us, day or night, pretty much you can find us on Twitter. All right, Twitter X at Ryan Attic Media, just like David Collier at Collier on TV. That's where you find him. And then he's on the radio in the morning from like 9 to noon. Is it 9 to noon or 9 to 11? It's 9 to noon. Yeah, he's on the radio there on 100.7 FM. I get confused, Collier, sometimes. I'm honestly not trying to be funny. I'm trying to tell them exactly where you are, and I think it's 107.7. I want to shove everything to the main double T 97. I know that's not right. Tomorrow, most Texan thing you've done, we'll have that in the morning on the website. We'll have Raiderland hot links, the coolest, freshest, hottest links from Raiderland and beyond. We figure if we like it, you're going to like it. A lot of times you see what David Collier does on Twitter on there. You guys are the best. Share this, invite people in, have fun, do whatever you got to do. I'm going to go see how many cats I have living in my house. As of right now, it should be 9. Got 9 freaking cats in the house.